I guess I just walk through the front door as opposed to being, inferring. I mean, the story at the Super Bowl was quite a bit, Carson, about whether you thought Cincinnati would be the right spot for him, and that made a lot of news, as I'm sure you know. And it just seems to me that he's got A.J. Green, he's got Boyd, he's got Mixon, and he's got a coach that doesn't seem to be on any hot seat. And a successor of yours at USC, Sam Darnold, he would sign for that right now. He'd wish for something like that. It seems like he's in a horrible spot, but it does seem like Burrow's in the right spot. Do you think that Cincinnati is doing right by him, Carson?
Well, he's also got T. Higgins and Jonah Williams at left tackle. But that offensive lineman will continue. That offensive line will continue to get better. And like we said earlier, I don't know if Cincy makes the playoffs, but the future is bright with Joe. You just hope that organization continues to spend like they did this offseason. They spent a bunch of money in free agency. You hope that they continue to spend and build around him, and aren't satisfied with 9-7 or 10-6. You hope that they want to win a championship as bad as Joe does and the rest of those guys on that team. So time will tell. Obviously history doesn't bode well with the amount of losing that organization's done, but with Joe and that young talent they have on the offense, and like you said, AJ, what a great spot for T. Higgins to go, right behind AJ Green, who's been as dominant a receiver as Chad was in his heyday.
So what do you make of Darnold? What's happening with him and what you're seeing? I don't know if you caught any of the Thursday night game that was nationally up there. Well, what do you think about what's happening to the former USC Trojan in New York?
I think he needs a lot of help and fast. Everybody, I hope everybody saw the run he took off and, the 40-yard touchdown he ran, the athleticism that he has. But when you don't have T. Higgins and A.J. Green and Joe Mixon in the backfield, I know Le'Veon Bell's been hurt. I don't know if I can name a receiver on the New York Jets roster, but since Sam's been with the Jets, he just hasn't had a go-to weapon outside. He hasn't had a dominant back in the backfield. Le'Veon Bell's been banged up. The offensive line is struggling. I mean, you watch Sam play, and there isn't a lot of hope that they're going to figure it out quick, just because they don't have a true number one. They don't have the offensive lineman that the Jets, of the Brickshaw Ferguson and Nick Mangold years in the past. They just don't have the support, and Sam does not have the support that you would hope he would have in year 3 or 4, whatever this is for him. So, I still think he has a ton of game. I think he can spin it with the best of them. I think he's a great athlete. His pocket presence is top 5 in the league, and you don't get to see it because he's under so much pressure. You can see a quarterback's pocket presence when one free guy comes, and he can avoid him and step up in the pocket and create a pocket to throw in. But when you're trying to step up in the pocket and there's 3 guys coming free, I don't care if you're Mike Vick or Russell Wilson. It doesn't matter who you are. You can't avoid those kinds of plays. And, Sam he's struggled because he doesn't have a lot of confidence, it looks like, in the guys around him, unfortunately.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.